And now, an all-new character fantasy. Have you ever wanted to be someone else? I'm Jeannie Mai, and this is Character Fantasy. Hey, Brandon!
Hey, there she is.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Buckle up, buckle up.
Oh, yes, of course. Did you plan this? How appropriate.
I'd love to take you credit, but no, I didn't.
You know how today's fantasy is all about volunteering for the fight against hunger?
Yes.
Turns out that Snickers and Feeding America have teamed up. As part of Bar Hunger, Snickers is donating over 3 million meals to Feeding America this year alone. And because Feeding America is responsible for kind of coordinating this fantasy, that seems appropriate we got Snickers in the car.
That's amazing.
I know.
Well, I have something else that'll make you really excited. Our character is amazing. Her name's Karen Sundstrom, and she is a huge part of the community by volunteering her time a lot.
My name is Karen, and for my character fantasy, I'd like to learn more about volunteer work. I do currently do quite a bit of volunteer work. I'm familiar with collecting food and then bringing it to the shelter to donate it. But beyond that, I have no experience. So that's what I'd like to learn more about.
So, because of that, we are going to learn all the woodworks behind a very big organization and possibly volunteer a little ourselves.
I have a feeling this is going to be a very memorable
It's a
fantasy.
good feeling.
Driver, take us away.
Let's go! Next on Character Fantasy, we pick up today's character, Karen, and learn all that goes into feeding the hungry. Welcome back to Character Fantasy, where we're picking up today's character, Karen, whose fantasy is to do good for the world.
When referring to hunger, I think the problem is quite large here in the United States, and we're going to hopefully learn more about that today.
Hey there.
Hi.
Karen, I want you to meet Audra. She is the development supervisor of Second Harvest Food Bank here in Orange County, and she is going to show you today how volunteering can play an integral part in fighting the war against hunger.
We're excited to have you. I can't wait to show you everything.
Well, how do we start out? What are the 3 main tips we need to know in order to really get our hands in there and be helpful?
The 3 main things of running a food bank are food, volunteers, and funds.
And since the doors are open, shall we begin our tour?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Sounds good. Wow.
And this is the food bank. 121,000 square feet.
The Second Harvest Food Bank was founded in 1983. Here at the food bank, we distribute about 1 million pounds of food a month to over 220,000 individuals in Orange County.
And now I can show you the volunteers. We couldn't do it without them. Each year, we get about 7,200 new volunteers. With all of our volunteer help, and it being 55% of the workforce, 94.2 cents of every dollar donated goes directly to people.
Wow, that's amazing.
Coming up on Character Fantasy, Karen gets hands on her tour of Second Harvest as she learns the various things volunteers do. Welcome back to Character Fantasy, where today's character, Karen, is learning all about the various work volunteers do. Now, her education gets hands-on.
You're gonna search these cans and make sure they're okay from a food drive. And if it looks good, you're gonna send it down the line and they're gonna organize it.
What I showed Karen today was basically the behind the scenes before the food goes out to the hungry individuals in Orange County. We solicit the food through many food donors. It comes here, and then we inspect it to make sure it's safe, and then it goes out to them.
Something like this, it could be contaminated, so we do have to throw this one away.
Volunteers can come and do what I've done, sort food, help with food drives, collecting donations. Pretty much they need help no matter what.
I was actually thinking about taking you guys to a soup kitchen so you could see what happens to the food when it goes to an agency.
Second Harvest is a great organization, and I'm excited to go to the food kitchen and feed some hungry people.
Wow.
Man, I'll tell you what, this place is unbelievable. It's
Amazing.
huge.
How are you feeling so far?
Amazing, it's great.
We still have a little time before we're expected at the soup kitchen, so what do you say we just have a Snickers?
Yay! Oh my gosh, I love it.
Great, well, why don't we go take a seat over there and enjoy these Snickers?
Sounds great.
If
Cool.
this bar makes it. Coming up on Character Fantasy, we visit a soup kitchen for our final stop on this do-good fantasy. Welcome back to Character Fantasy, where today's character, Karen, wants to help fight hunger as a volunteer. She's learned all about what volunteers can do and is now going to work as one at a soup kitchen.
Saw when the truck came in from the grocery store delivering all the fresh food. We met all the cooks and the people preparing all the food and putting it out. It's really, really amazing.
Would you like some bread?
Yeah, a couple pieces of wheat bread, please.
Sure. It's kind of a selfish way to give back because you end up feeling better yourself. To help someone else, it's really a great experience.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My character fantasy was fulfilled.
This was a feel-good fantasy.
You said it, Jeannie. And if you want us to make your fantasy come true, just check out characterfantasy.com. And remember, volunteer.